Hello, my lovelies! It is Saturday, April 1st, 2017. It is the beginning of VEDA. It is Saturday. Joe is working overtime. I am not going anywhere today. So, scrubby clothes. I am doing laundry, which you may hear. Yeah, sorry. But hey, it's Saturday. What have you. First hairstyle of VEDA is the French braid. So I'm going to French braid my hair. Some of you already are like, I can't French braid. Yes, you can. You can French braid. It took me forever. I'm going to begin French braiding and talk while we braid. So, I have told some of you, but some of y'all are new. Some of y'all, maybe you're brand new. And you're just following along VEDA. Whatever. So, I have been doing this on YouTube for a while. It's been like 8 years or something. I would have to look. Any hoodles. I am now 40. But I didn't really learn to do anything with my hair until my mid to late 20s. Up until that point, even though I have had long hair off and on throughout my life, I've also had short hair. When it was long, I would ponytail it, braid it, and make a bun. That was it. That's all I knew how to do. I didn't know how to do anything with my hair. But it was after the last time that I had cut it super short that I decided when it grew out, I would learn how to do things with my hair so that I would not cut it again because I couldn't do anything with it. So I decided to teach myself things. Even all of that said, I still didn't know how to French braid. I could never get the hang of it until the awesome and wonderful Isabel made a video showing me how she French braided, which was adding to the outside strands, none to the inside strands, and adding to both sides before she braided. Now, this was revolutionary to my brain because I had always thought that in order to French braid, what you had to do was add to the center strand as well. And I have recently learned from one of my awesome African-American lovelies that cornrows, they only add to the center, which is why when I did the 3 little braids on the side to give myself the illusion of an undercut, why I was able to actually make them go straight because I was only adding to the center like a real cornrow. So, now we know. I didn't know. I didn't know that was how you kept them straight, but now I do, and that's really cool. Any hoodles, I thought you had to add all 3 strands when you French braided, and I never, ever could get it to look nice. But it turns out that is not the case whatsoever. So, having found that out, which was, as I said, revolutionary, I learned to French braid. Now, it still took me a few weeks of trial and error. My French braids didn't look good, per se, at the beginning, but they got better as I went along, which is awesome. And I do tend to take really thick sections when I do mine because it's easier for me. P.S. Fine-haired girls, if you're doing this and you find that your hair tends to slip, dry shampoo will help, or many of my fine-haired lovelies dampen their hair first before they French braid it because they say it stays better and it gives more grip. So there you go. Any hoodles. Yeah. So, you know, there's your tips. But yeah, like my first few French braids were terrible because I kept taking tiny, tiny sections, and I realized I just don't really like taking tiny sections for myself. It's just the way of things. Oh, I've got to catch. Let go. There we go. So, yeah, so my French braids tend to be large. And I take big ol' Harkin sections, and that's just the way I do things. I've also had a few of you comment that you wished I started real far up here and started adding. I don't like it that way, so I don't do it that way. And now you know. I just prefer it this way. But I think it leaves my braids fairly neat. How much hair do we got left? Okay, so now we're at the ends. And this is where I got the best tip I ever got regarding French braid. Dutch braids are always nice and tight back here. French braids always go loose and they feel weird. But Lucy, you probably, on YouTube it's Bichon and Rancher, but Lucia Corsetti, the corset queen, taught me this. This very last section where we would add to both sides, we are going to, but we're going to cross them over. As in the right hand side, which would go to the right hand strand, we're going to take it to the left hand strand. And the left hand side, which you'd think would go on the left, as soon as I get it all nice and separated, actually is going to come over here on the right. And then we'll finish. And then you will see that we don't get that weird poof, weird thing that happens. Basically, it's like we Dutch the very last strand. So anyways, okay. So I told you it wasn't really going to be a tutorial, but I thought it might be nice to know like from whence the hairstyles came. And I wanted you guys to realize that as far as braiding and learning to French braid, that I was over the age of 30 by the time, you know, I learned how to do it. And it just took practice. You just got to practice and then you don't think about it. Also, do not watch yourself in a mirror because it'll just mess you up. All right, I do have other things I'm going to talk about. Podcasts. So I thought a couple of times a week, especially on like the shorter ones, I tell you about a new podcast I found or one that I've been listening to and enjoying and that you may also like to listen to. So I found this little podcast called The Rex Factor. It's done by two, I want to say English gentlemen. They're definitely in the UK. Named Allie Hood and Graham Duke. Sorry, took me a second there. But what it is they review all of the kings and queens of England from the beginning. They start with Alfred I and then go all the way up to QE2, who is who's England's current ruling monarch. And then they rate them on such things as subjectivity, like how good of a subject, or would you like to be a subject under their reign, how long the reign was, scandal, which is always super fun, battliness, like, you know, battliness, I think that's self-explanatory. Yeah, they do all that. So it's really fun, but you get to learn about lesser known monarchs. Like I knew nothing about Henry II or Henry III. I knew nothing about Ethelred the Unready. I knew some stuff about Victoria and of course Elizabeth I and Henry VIII, but like I knew nothing about any of the Edwards, except for Edward I, who made all the awesome castles. But like I knew nothing about anything. Okay, let's see how this looks. I got my bangs up in here. Pull those out. Any hoodles, I highly recommend if you are into it. It's not too bad. So there's French braid for today. Woo, it'll be out of our way. You can bun that if you want. Do whatever you want to it. You can put it in the Jamie Lee if you want, which is always nice. Yeah. So I think you guys should listen to Rex Factor. They have actually, this podcast was started years ago, like 6 years ago, I think. So they actually are finished with all of the English monarchs. And then they had like a March Madness battle off at the end with all of those who achieved the Rex Factor, which was that certain something. So the English monarchs are finished. And they have started the Scottish monarchs. I have only gotten all the way up to QE2 and then the resulting, who was the greatest monarch of England. So that's all the further I am. So I'm still playing catch up because it takes a while. But yeah, if you are all interested in English history, it was fascinating. There's just so much stuff that happens. And it's really pleasant to listen to these two gentlemen talk about things. And it's funny. And some of it's very lighthearted. So, I mean, it might be a good one for you guys. I don't know. I loved it. I thought it was great. And of course, as they talk about things, I like being able to go into Google and like look up the portraits of said monarchs or some of the castles that were built or the places that are mentioned. It's kind of nice to be able to see it. I don't know, but I'm a nerd, so that's fine. Alrighty, so that's it for me today. I'm not sure how long that took. Now I have to peek. 10 minutes! Almost 11. So, yay, there is our very first VEDA. That is our vlog. I gave you a podcast to think about. I really, really enjoy it. So, I'm just saying. Yeah, French braid. Do not get discouraged if you can't French braid, but I do encourage you to practice it. Now, even if you've practiced it a million times and you still say you don't have it, you do not have to do the exact same hairstyle I am doing. On the days when you feel like, I just can't do this hairstyle, or maybe it's one of like the more elaborate ones and you gotta go to work and you're like, I'm not feeling that one for work, that's fine. You can alter it or just wear a completely different hairstyle, that's fine. Just make sure it's not a repeat of anything else this month. It's a different hairstyle every single day. You'll notice I didn't put things in there like the lazy wrap bun, the pretzel bun, regular old Pocahontas braids, a regular English braid down the back. I didn't put any. There's no straight rope braids. You've got the rope braid, the house braid, the cable braid. Didn't do any of those. That's so the days that you don't feel like doing whatever hairstyle I'm doing, just substitute in another hairstyle. Just don't repeat. Like, if you decide not to do 5 of the hairstyles this month, it better not be 5 lazy wrap buns for those 5 days. You make sure it's a different one every day. Any hoodles. That's it from me. I will see you tomorrow. I believe tomorrow is the sock bun. Yay, nice and easy. Oh, also, I finally got myself some new bun forms since mine was all shredded and crappy. And I got them on Amazon. One of you let me know about them, but we know my brain doesn't brain, so I can't remember who it is, but whomever it was, thank you. You were correct. I got 2 for $10. Alrighty, I'll see you tomorrow for sock bun. Until then, have a great day. Practice your French braiding. You can do it. I have faith. If I can do it, you can do it. I used to not be able to do anything, and I can now through trial and error and practice. Also, the French and Dutch braiding will help you with some of the other styles we have coming up because it's kind of a necessity. That's why we started off with it. Sorry about it. Okay, love you guys. See you tomorrow. Happy VEDA! Oh, and don't forget your hashtags. Hashtags, yeah, because your hashtags, 30 days of hairstyles, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or just tag me. Whatever. I want to see your hair. All right, love you guys. See you tomorrow. Bye.